Installing a new digital deadbolt lock is pretty simple, especially if you have previously had a deadbolt. You can pretty much just install it in place of your old deadbolt. But if your door does not have a deadbolt hole, you'll have to follow the instructions that are provided to drill the main hole and then the hole for the bolt. So I'll show you how easy it was to install the Delaney digital lock in my door and set up the hub so I can control the lock from my phone anywhere I am. Make sure the up arrow is pointed up. From the other side, thread the wires through the hole and make sure the lock bar is flat. Thread the wires through the back plate, then use the 2 long screws, go through the back plate, through the latch, and secure onto the front. Now we plug in the battery pack. Make sure that those pop to place. Then line up the bolt gear. Turn the locking knob to the left if you have a right-handed door, or rotate it to the right if you have a left-handed door. And then there's 3 screws that hold this onto the door. Okay, so that works, so that's good. Alright, so it got power. Now if you ever need to reset it, the reset is this button. You just hold it down until it starts making noise. Okay, so the first time you ever use the lock, or if you reset the lock, the programming code is going to reset to 4 zeros and a user code will be 1234. But the first thing you have to do for the lock to start working is do the handing operation, which teaches it whether it's a right or left-handed door. So you go 4 zeros, then there's your enter, 1 0 and enter. Okay, so now it's ready to go. We can go ahead and try it out. This is how you lock it. It says lower right key. Now to unlock it, we have to put in the random keys that they tell us to do, and now the user code, and unlock. So now we're ready to go. The programming code is 4 zeros, but we can go ahead and change that to whatever you want to. And then you can program in as many user codes, and this is just the keys to get in, as you'd like, up to I think 30. Now if you've misplaced your manual, on the back of the door that covers the batteries, we have all of these programming things. So to add a new user code, you enter the programming code, which right now it's the 4 zeros, then you push enter, and then 1, enter, and then the new user code, and then enter. So let's try that out. So you go 1 2 3 4 and enter, then 1, enter, and then let's do 4 5 6 7, enter. Okay, so now let's lock it and let's unlock it. So we have the random keys we have to push to distribute the finger smudges, and then 4 5 6 7, unlock. Okay, so that's great. So that's a new user code. Now if we want to delete an existing user code, we enter the programming code, enter, 2, enter, and then the one we want to get rid of. So that's 1 2 3 4, enter. Okay, so now if we lock that, now we want to see if the original code works. Okay, so it did not work, so that's great. So let's do the one we programmed in, and that works. So that's great. I would suggest giving yourself a new programming code. So now we're gonna set up the Z-Way hub, and we'll be able to use our phone to control the lock and to see if the lock status has changed, or to let somebody in from anywhere you have service. The Delaney digital lock works by itself, but if you're moving towards a smart home and want to be able to control your lock and other devices from your phone, you can get a Delaney gateway hub, and then you can control with your phone. First thing you need to do is go to the Play Store or Google Apps, the Play Store or the App Store, and you need to get the Delaney Z-Wave. And it shows up with the big D, Delaney Z-Wave and Smart Home. So you can install that and open. So to add the gateway, we hit the big plus and set up a new gateway. We're doing the fixed camera gateway. Now you have the option to do this over Wi-Fi or through an Ethernet cable. I'm going to go ahead and do Wi-Fi because I don't have an Ethernet that's close by. And you just have to verify 2.4 gigahertz. I think that's fairly common. And if you're doing Wi-Fi, make sure you do not connect your Ethernet. So I'm going to go ahead and power on the gateway and make sure the red light is showing. So I'll plug the gateway in. And we have a red light, so that's great. So I'll continue. Now you have to hook it to your Wi-Fi. Hopefully you remember the password. I've had the gateway attached to my Wi-Fi, so one step that is going to be missing here is searching for your Wi-Fi signal. So I've already done that. It actually took a couple times, so don't be discouraged if you don't get it the first time. So I put in my password and submit. Okay, so now I hit this button on the side, and I should see a bunch of colored dots, and I do, so I'll hit continue. Now the gateway needs to read a QR code off the phone, and so I'll scan that. Okay, so I got the beep, and I'll hit yes. So now it's connecting to the Wi-Fi network. All right, so now I can put in a name. So I think the first time you do it, it's admin and the password's blank, and then you'll go in and you'll make an account. Now we can do the video. Okay, so you can do the video, and there's a password on the little blue card that comes with your gateway, and so you can set up your account for the video. Now I want to set up a device, and I'm going to add a device. So the device so there's a whole bunch of devices that work with this gateway, but I am going to add the Delaney digital lock. It asks if I had a beep, and that's yes. Now on the lock, I have to push the 4 zeros and then the enter key, a 9, and then the enter key. And it's going to ask me if I heard a sound. So okay, so I got a little do sound and some beeping that sounded good and not bad. Okay, so now we need to name what this device is, so I'm gonna call it front door, FD front door. The cool thing is when you can set it up to have notifications, go click the over. Now, all I do is hit this bell and set trigger condition unlock. Okay, that's what I want. So every time the door unlocks, I get a notification on my phone. If I hit unlock, so front door door lock on triggered. So I get that every time somebody comes in. And I can use this app wherever I am and that I have service or Wi-Fi. Okay, so I can access my app, go to device, and hit lock. Hit unlock. And I got my notification that it unlocked, and it will automatically do it. It's awesome.